Alright, so what's going on, guys? My name is Chopper. Today, I want to talk about the top 5 things that good Zombies players do. The most top elite players, whether it be for Easter eggs or high rounds, just some things that they include into their gameplay to make them that good player. Now, the reason why I kind of want to make this video is because I saw a video around 2 or 3 years ago by one of those stupid, it wasn't really BuzzFeed, but it was kind of like that, to where they just make random top 5s and stuff like that, and they don't really know anything about the subject that they're making, and in this case, it would be zombies. And I was watching it a few years ago, and one of the points was like, one of the things that top players do is hit the box when they're almost out of ammo. It was like really stupid basic stuff that every Zombies player should know, and it was a fake list. Like, it was really dumb. So I want to make an actual list of things that real good Zombies players do from somebody who actually plays the game and could say that they're fairly decent at it. So I want to make this list. Hopefully you guys do enjoy it, and if you do, I really appreciate if you could drop a like on it, guys. We'll aim for 450 likes on this video. I know you guys could absolutely smash that, and if you guys do happen to be brand new to the channel as well, be sure to subscribe if you're not already for more content just like this. That'd be absolutely sick. And without too much talking, guys, let's go ahead and get into this list. So to start things off here, one of the things that top Zombies players do is keep track of their gumball cycle. This is something that I do when I'm streaming, especially for high rounds. The way this works is that when you have not hit a gumball machine at all in your game, it's a fresh one, you have a 20% chance of hitting each gumball because there's 5 of them. And as soon as you hit one gumball, the other 4 are going to have a slightly higher percentage chance until you get all of them through that cycle. And then once you end up getting all the gobblegum for the first time, then after that, your cycle is going to reset again, but in a different order. So the order that you picked up your gumballs in for that last cycle could be 100% different, but the percentages are all going to reset back to 20. And the way that good Zombies player uses is if they hit a gumball, say they get like an in plain sight, they know that they have a slightly increased chance of getting their Alchem or whatever it might be, whatever they're going for, and they can use that to tactically like decide when they want to hit the gumball machine, when they shouldn't, when they want to use their gumball, stuff like that. It's just something that if you actually write down and keep track of, you'll notice that you use it a lot more efficiently. Also, not to mention, when you're tracking your gumball cycle, especially in the higher up rounds when they start to cost a lot more, you'll notice that you save way more points than you would if you just keep hitting them, whenever you want the gumball, because you could run up the price for 2 to 3 times a hit on a round, and that could completely drain your racks by like round 6, you know what I'm saying? So that's something that if you track your gumball cycle, you end up saving a lot of points and using your gumballs more efficiently, and that's something that the Master Zombies players have been able to do. So coming in at number 4 is more Easter egg related stuff, but it still like kind of pertains to just Zombies players in general, but this is learning how the Easter egg puzzles work. Now, when a map comes out, obviously people are solving the Easter egg, and that could be a whole like new video on its own, like the way that good Zombies players hunt Easter eggs, but we're not going to get into all that right now. When an Easter egg is fully solved, you know how it works and everything like that. The way that you can speed up your processes and just run the map a lot more efficiently is to learn the Easter egg puzzle. So for example, a really good way to talk about this is getting the swords and Shadow of the Evil. So you guys know that you have to gather 3 symbols and then go into beast mode and like kind of type them in on the panel for that brick wall to open up, right? So and the way that they work is you kind of just memorize the symbols and then type them in. But if you learn why it works, I think that's a lot better. And this is what you see me guys do on stream is I have numbers that correspond to those symbols. And basically, I'm not going to get to the whole explanation, but those symbols are actually like keeper numbers. And if you learn what the numbers are and like why they work and stuff like that, you'll realize that you can literally look at that symbol and correspond it to a number, and it makes things so much easier. And that's just for one for instance, but there's multiple Easter egg puzzles around every single Zombies map that has like a full-fledged Easter egg, and if you learn those puzzles and why they work, how they work, you'll know that like pretty much you won't have to rely on any guides or any cheat sheets to be able to get those done. I mean, like kind of memorizing the Ice Staff puzzle and the Fire Staff can be a little bit annoying in Origins, but there's some people that do it. I think I have like I've got the Wind Staff puzzle memorized as well as the Lightning Staff, but if you memorize all those in Origins, then well done. You're an absolute master at that. But pretty much in essence, if you learn why the puzzles work, then I just think that it's something that the best Easter egg, especially speedrunners, can really use to their advantage. Now coming at the number 3 spot, it's a little bit of like a more broad topic, but it's just a very heightened awareness. Now, the best Zombies players have an awareness to where I like to call it having eyes in the back of your head, especially like while you're training. So just put yourself in any Zombies map and you're running a train, right? You have like a fairly open area. When you run past the zombies that are on your screen and then they go behind you, the thing that I see that moderate Zombies players struggle with, that the only thing keeping them back from becoming a pretty good player is that their awareness kind of goes away when the zombies aren't in front of them. So pretty much when they're not in sight, they don't know where they are and where they're going. However, good Zombies players are able to use this. They know as soon as a zombie passes them and they're no longer in sight, they know where they are on the train, how many are behind them, and pretty much what space is covered up that they can't use if they decide to like come back around while they're training, right? So it just avoids you a lot of trouble. But the best Zombies players are able to use that, and this is just, I see as a big stepping stone from going like a moderate zombies player to a pretty good zombies player. It's just heightening your awareness, especially like with training and all that kind of stuff. And also awareness when you're getting your max ammo rounds, and that's another big part of it as well. Now, coming in at the number 2 spot, this mostly pertains to BO3 zombies, but it can apply elsewhere as well. And this is knowing what guns to use so that you don't move the box. Now, this is only useful for like extremely high round attempts. This doesn't really do anything for Easter eggs, but when you're going for a really high rounds, you want to know what guns you want to use, and especially wall weapons if all possible, so that you don't have to move the box. And moving the box in turn is going to give you fire sales. If you don't move the box at all, then there's no way you can get a fire sale. That's why like you can't get them in first rooms and things like that. So if you don't move the box at all, you have higher chances of getting max ammos in the later rounds, which is really nice. And the thing about Black Ops 3 is that you can literally grab an RK5, you can grab a KRM, you can grab whatever wall gun you want, and as long as you get the double upgrade like Deadwire or Blast Furnace or whatever your choice of double upgrade for the high round is, you can use that, and you won't even have to hit the box at all. The guns are pretty much equivalent when when it comes down to it, you know, 50, 60, 70 plus. And the only thing that you need to hit the box for potentially is the Wonder Weapon. And assuming you get that before you move the box once, you'll be in good shape, you'll be good to go, and you won't have to do anything there. If you can get your full setup without moving the box once, you're in for a really good high round game, because you'll have a very higher chance of hitting max ammos, because fire cells will no longer be in the drop rotation, which is really nice. So I highly recommend it's something you try to do. It's going to help you out a ton, I promise. And it's kind of weird because that's a fact that not a lot of people know. Even people that have been playing zombies for a long time don't really know that. It's like a very well kept, I wouldn't say secret, but it's just like a little tidbit of information that while it's useful, it's not like game changing or it's not super game breaking enough that everybody knows about it. And I just kind of want to let you guys know that in case you were wondering why you weren't getting enough max ammos. Just don't move the box and you should get a few more. So I think you should do that. And getting into our final spot here. Now finally, coming in at our number 1 spot of things that good zombies players do is use the movement system to its entire full potential in the game. Now, this is going to get, that might be a little bit confusing, and it's going to get a little technical as I explain this, but just kind of bear with me. I'll use like Black Ops 3 and Infinite Warfare as more recent examples. So in Black Ops 3, obviously you can walk, you can run, and you can slide. Those are pretty much like, you know, the main 3 moves or whatever. And then you can take that slide and you can chain it into what I call the DM slide. I don't know if it has like an actual term or whatever, but it basically replaces dolphin diving, and you can use this slide to get around the map a lot faster. And it's pretty much like a sprint that never runs out. Now that's all well and good. Pretty much everybody can do that, but the thing is, you can take that even further. If you hit a ledge as soon as you slide, like right when you're on the very edge of it, it's going to boost you even farther forward than you otherwise would just sliding off it regularly. Now, it's really hard to time, and you have to do it pretty much perfectly, but it gives you a little bit of extra distance that you otherwise wouldn't have, which if you get the timing down, you should be able to get every single time. Another thing you can do with the sliding system is if you want to cut it short for whatever reason while you're mid-slide, you can do that by double tapping triangle to switch weapons and like swap back, and that will cut your slide short. Or you can hold down your aim button, and that will cut your slide as well, just in case you're going to slide to a zombie, or you're going to go too far than you that you want it to go. You can do that, and you can stop your slide in motion to kind of change your direction. And then in Infinite Warfare, it has its own set of like movement features that otherwise wouldn't be able to. Obviously, it has a slide and stuff like that, but you can't really chain the slide like you can in BO3. However, there's a way around it that I kind of discovered back in the day, and this is kind of like G-sliding from Black Ops 3. If you remember how to do that, it was a thing in multiplayer to where when you jump and right when you hit the ground, like you hold circle before you hit the ground. As soon as you touch it, you hold X again or your jump button, and it launches you forward about 10 feet in a really fast motion. And that actually works in Infinite Warfare Zombies to an extent. You jump in the air. While you're in the air, you hold circle, and like it kind of cues that you're going to slide as soon as you hit the ground. But as soon as your feet touch, you hit your jump button again, and that's going to do like a little bunny hop animation, and it pretty much continues your slide or your sprint in a little bit of a faster motion, which I think is really nice for IW. And then the little slide animation to where like you can cancel it by holding aim doesn't work in IW, but it's not something that you need all the time. Alright, I just went back and listened to that whole part. I sound like a complete nerd talking about this, but hopefully that made sense. The point I'm trying to make is that the best zombies players know how to use every aspect of the movement system to their advantage, know all the ins and outs, the tips and tricks of just, you know, every single thing that they can do, all of the moves, and they've got them down like the back of their hand. So hopefully that made sense, guys, and I know it's a little long-winded and technical, but you get the point that I'm trying to make. But anyways, guys, that is going to be my list of top 5 things that good zombies players do. If you guys did enjoy this, I really appreciate if you leave a thumbs up on it. And also, let me know in the comment section right now if there's anything else, like any tips or just anything that I missed in this video that Good Zombies players do as well. I'd love to hear you guys' thoughts. And also in this video, I'm going to try to respond to every single person's comment. So if you'd like a response from me, just drop something in the comments, leave your opinions on this, whatever you want to do, and I'd appreciate that a lot. But I just want to make an actual list of things that Good Zombies players do, kind of in response to, not really in response to, just kind of roasting on the video that I saw a few years ago that was by, we'll just call it BuzzFeed, and you could tell those guys had never played zombies before. They didn't really care about the game. They were only using the subject of it for views, and they don't know anything about zombies. So I want to make one for the real zombies players. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you do leave a like, subscribe if you guys haven't done so as well, and I'll see you all up in the next video. Peace out.